Good evening. It's Wednesday, the 25th of November, 2020. Diane Hands bringing to you Book for the Day. Hearts on the Rise, Connections Through Corona. And today I'd like to read to you from an article written by Noha, Nasser, Communal Cities of Tomorrow, 2025, Musings of a Post-Corona Urbanist. Noha is an architect, urban designer, academic and social entrepreneur with a passion for connecting people across different cultures through the design of cities and international travel. She runs two social enterprises, Nila and Life in a Travel Bag. Her latest creative writing publication is Human Crossings, 9 Stories About Refugees, 2019. 2025 scenario. During the 2020 lockdown, the UK government stepped in to protect jobs, businesses, by paying out billions of pounds to cover people's basic living expenses. The economy, as we knew it, crashed beyond repair. Entire sectors disappeared, and with them millions of jobs. Post-Corona, a new government stepped in to rebuild a new economy geared towards well-being, equality and technological advancement. All debts were forgiven, including mortgages. The UK's land was turned into the Commons, land owned by the people, part of a growing wave of countries worldwide committed to putting an end to world poverty and sharing the planet's wealth amongst all its inhabitants. Poverty was relieved through funds to cover our basic needs, and a universal income raised by a form of rent to the commons called the land value tax. Work was dramatically reduced. More time at home and in the neighbourhood, reducing our carbon emissions. Lockdown cast a shadow on the state of housing design, with unprecedented numbers of people suffering mental illness because of cramped spaces and lack of open space. With the new land system and the desperate need for homes for people to thrive, a new wave of cooperatives and mutual aid organisations flourished. The neighbourhood emerges as a crucible of a happy and healthy community. This article is divided into 2 parts. Part 1 sets the context for land reform, and Part 2 imagines how housing and the neighbourhood improve with this new context. Part 1, the land. In his seminal work, Garden Cities of Tomorrow, 1902, the British urban planner Ebenezer Howard envisioned a city in which the benefits of town and countrywide merge with the best of both worlds. Visualized in his 3-magnet diagram, town, country, and town country, urban qualities of opportunity, high wages, and amusement would be tempered with the countryside of its beauty, fresh air, and low rents. His vision balanced between individual and community needs. For the past few decades, since the rise of advanced capitalism, the individual's needs, and particularly those of the wealthy top 1%, have been at the expense of community needs. What if, in a post-corona world, we could redress the balance? What if we put community and communal needs above individual? What would this city look like? One fundamental cog in the wheel of advanced capitalism is land. The inflation of land value is the inflation of house values. Land inflation is governed by the number of factors that lead to land speculation, i.e., buying land on the basis of its potential selling price rather than its actual value. 1. Land banking by landowners creates artificial scarcity. When there is less land and high demand for land to build housing, the value of land goes up. 2. Where is cheap land, such as publicly owned intercity social housing estates, land with government subsidies, or in the green belt, then by virtue of planning, building or constructing buildings on that land, its value increases significantly with the uplift in value of these improvements to the land. The value of land goes up. If the location of the land becomes beneficial, for example, many intercity areas that were once working class have become trendy middle class areas in close proximity to city centre, service sector jobs, making the land more valuable. 4. A change in the land use to a use with higher return. For example, the change of use of a warehouse into trendy apartments makes that land value higher because the yield is higher from residential development. 5. Improvements to the quality of building raises land value either through refurbishment, subdivision into more units of demolition, for example, from social to luxury housing. And that is where we're going to leave it for today. So I'll see you tomorrow for the next instalment. You can find Human Crossings, 9 Stories About Refugees on Amazon, and you can also find Hearts on the Rise, Connections Through Corona. Until tomorrow, Diane Hands.